Communications breakdown there between Hobart Armstrong and Tim Carroll. Armstrong picking the ball up and rumbling to about the 38-yard line.
Pretty shaky start right there, JW, with the fumbling of the kick. Hobart being able to pick it up and bring it out. They got decent field position to start off the game.
So Marist will start things off on their own 37-yard line. The quarterback is Brian McCourt, the junior. He has Mullally and Diuto in the backfield. He will pass on first down. The left-hander throws over to the near sideline, picked off.
McCourt, the left-hander, rolling out to his left side, of course, was hit by number 97 of Siena.
McCourt's pass was intercepted.
Rick Field coming up with the interception.
And number 97 of Siena just rushed him a little, got on McCourt's back, which caused the errant pass, which was originally intended for number 2, Dan Dupree.
So now Siena has first down on their own 49-yard line. Facto is the quarterback. He's looking and he throws it out of bounds wide of Bill Scheitinger.
Pass intended for Scheitinger.
Rick Field, who picked off that pass. Remember, we talked with Jack DuBois before the game. He said he was going to be one of their big stars tonight. He's proven it in the first play of the game.
Siena definitely needs that big, quick start to stay in this game. They can't afford to be down early.
Facto has Thomas Carolyn, number 44, in the backfield with him. And the pitch back goes to the tailback. Remember, the tailback looks to be Scott Klausner. Klausner picking up a few yards.
Tackle made by Oles. No gain.
Brian Oles on the tackle. Actually, that could have just given a group tackle there, because I saw number 28 in there. Graham and also Carroll was in on the tackle. So the DB is very active for Marist College.
Play action fake, and he is dragged down for a loss back at the 40.
That was a safety blitz by Oles. He just came in untouched, and Facto never had a prayer. He got back about 3 steps and had to take it down. Smart play by Marist defense.
A loss of 8 on the play, 4th and 18.
So the Marist defense making a statement right off. Siena will have to punt. Picked up by the Red Foxes. That is not Danny Dupree, but Bruce Harris. Harris tackled at the 38-yard line.
Harris kind of unsure of where he wanted to go with that. Stutter stepping. He had a notion of going around the corner. Then Siena pursuit made him turn it up the middle, where he got a decent gain out of the play. So Marist will start about the 35-yard line.
First and 10 for Marist at the 37.
The exact same place where they started their last drive off, which lasted all of one play. The interception by Field on McCourt's first pass. And McCourt will hand off this time to Chuck Mullally. Mullally going straight up the middle and then cutting to the outside. Over here on the near sideline, he's out to about the 48, pick up almost 10.
The big fullback, known for his straight-ahead running, just found the hole and blast right through. Came close to a first down. And looks like a gain of 9 on the play.
A gain of 9 on the play.
He's lumping off the field, JW. He must have twisted the ankle on that last play.
Yeah, so Mullally will set this play out. McCourt is calling the offense back to talk with him real quickly. John Kelly will substitute for Chuck Mullally.
Official timeout on the field.
And we have ourselves a timeout on the field, our first timeout of the ball game. We are still scoreless, 0-0. We're just underway here at Leona Duff. We'll be back. That quick timeout, which actually ended up being a measurement, Rob. Red Foxes are given the first down on the 10-yard run by Mullally. Pitch back to Diuto. Breaks to the line, gets a couple, he's over midfield.
Carried by Diudo.
Marist going right to the ground game after that early interception on the first play from scrimmage. And they're getting good yardage on the linebackers in the defensive front of Siena.
A gain of 3 on the play. 2nd and 7. At the Siena
Diudo
39.
picks up 3 on that run. McCourt taking his time, getting up underneath center care. And he's redirecting some of his receivers, so an audible here at the line of scrimmage from McCourt. Reverse play going to Diudo. He's through the line, out into the open, down to the 30-yard line, where he is dragged down by Siena's defense.
So McCourt's audible proves right, as he saw something in that Siena defense that they thought they could take advantage of. It was just a simple misdirection off tackle play to Diudo, who's lightning quick and carried about 3 Siena runners, defensive backs, for about 5 yards.
1st and 10 on the 29.
20-yard run for the sophomore. Great audible call there by McCourt, as he has the options to call his own plays when necessary. Pitch it back once again to Diudo, and he slips and falls down at the 27-yard line.
Ball carried by Diudo.
Marist staying with the I formation and basically just running tosses off tackle, except for that little misdirection that McCourt called at the line, and it's proven effective so far. That one had the wide open. Diudo just simply slipped on the play.
29.
Diudo getting 2 yards in the play. They're down to the 27-yard line, where it's 2nd and 8. Diudo gets the call once again, going straight ahead, dragged down just beyond the line of scrimmage, and he is past the 25, down about the 24.
Got to give the offensive line credit here, JW, especially the right side with Kevin McKiernan and sophomore Andrew Young. Very, very big, very powerful blockers, and they just drive blocking these guys right back off the line.
Exactly right. Thomas McKiernan, he's been here a couple years. He was here last year. Of course, the big spot taken over by Andrew Young. Kevin McKiernan was the one that was the senior that graduated last year. Young having to take over for the elder McKiernan, while younger McKiernan still here as a junior. Diudo once again.
Diudo on the carry. Tackled by number 95, Chris.
Looks to be close to a first down. I think they might bring in the chains again. Nope. Seems to be short by an inch.
Diudo picked up 3 yards, so it is now 4th and 1 on the 20-yard line. And Marist will go for it. No, they will bring out Brian McCourt to kick it. This will be a 45-yard attempt. That boot is up and will not go through. It will fall just short.
He's no good.
Kick fell inches before the goalpost. Like I stated in my pregame,
30-yard.
looks like Marist is coming out a little conservative. They've been beating him down the field with the run. 4th and an inch. Pardee elects to go for the long field goal, which they could run a fake off of because McCourt is the quarterback. But it seems like they just went for the conservative play, and it fell short a little.
The 40-yard field goal is no good. Siena takes over on the 20-yard line. So Coach Rick Pardee and company choosing not to gamble here in their first really sustained series of the ball game. Sweep going around to the near side. Stop for a little or no game.
Tackle made by Pratty and Code.
Marist defense controlling the line of scrimmage. We saw them in the last series actually drive Siena backwards, and in this one, big man on the defensive line, Chris Pratty, who had an outstanding game last week, was there to make the stop, and there's just no...
Facto surveying the defense. Pitch back to Klosner, and he will be dragged down for a loss.
You could give that tackle to any of the host of members on that defense. The whole left side just seemed, there was a simple pitch out by facto, and there was just nowhere to go for.
46, David Caldwell.
David Caldwell was in there, so was Bruce Harris, number 74. Well, they're back to the 15, a loss of 6 yards, and they're on that run by Klosner.
This is one of those long passing downs that we talked to Dubois about earlier in the day.
Right.
So we'll see what happens here.
Facto sack.
Actually, JW, I think that was a drop play to number 39. And who's just got caught up in a bunch because Marist was coming on an all-out blitz, and there was yet another loss. So now it looks like about 4th and 30.
4th and 20. Harris is deep for the play.
Bruce Harris will come up and try to field this one. He'll let it bounce by him, and it will roll to a stop on the 48-yard line. What do you think about that decision, Rob?
It was a good decision because they're still going to get the ball at their own 48. So instead of taking the chance of a fumble or something else happening, give Siena maybe a little momentum because it's still scoreless. Just start right at the 48.
Score is 0-0 with 7:56 here to go in the opening quarter of play. Siena's first game of the season. This is Marist's second. We mentioned they lost 20-16 to Iona, and that gives Marist reason for an optimistic year.
Yes, this season they were ranked 23rd preseason, I guess, in the Division III college. First time ever in the Marist College program, so there's definitely reason to be optimistic.
Not bad. Keeper by McCourt. Spins down to the 40-yard line. Nice little fake there by the junior.
Looked like a little option play they were running. Fake to the fullback. He had Diudo on the wing to pitch. He elected to keep it and made a nice gain of 11 yards.
Gain of 12 yards on the play. 1st and 10 at the Siena 39-yard line.
Marist down to the Siena St. 39-yard line on the 12-yard sprint by McCourt. McCourt, another one in a long line of mobile Marist quarterbacks. Here's mobile Don Diudo. He's got room on the outside. Looking for the TD. Huey pushed out at about the 7-yard line.
Arthur Timbaro saved the touchdown for Diudo, which was a beautiful run. He did around the corner. He was in one-on-one with Timbaro, and Timbaro made a nice tackle to push him out of bounds and save a touchdown.
1st and 10 for Marist.
They actually ruled Diudo out at the 12-yard line after a gain of 27. And boy, oh boy, you see what I mean by mobile. You can't even see those legs, they're moving so fast.
He's very quick, very strong, and he's fun to watch.
Marist driving here in the middle of the first quarter. Siena has not been able to stop them yet. John Kelly with the call. He goes straight ahead for a few yards before being pushed back by the middle of the Siena defense.
Ball carried by Kelly.
You've noticed since the opening play from scrimmage where McCourt was intercepted, he hasn't put it in the air yet since. I don't know if Quadri's a little reluctant to throw or he's just having good luck with the run.
So far he's had good luck with the run. Really hasn't had to throw. 2-yard gain there by Kelly, gets him down to the 10-yard line.
Gain of 2, 2nd.
And especially when you're down here inside the 20-yard line, you really don't want to throw
On the 10-yard
if you can
line.
help it. They go to the run again. Diudo straight ahead for a few more.
Ball carried by Diudo.
Looks like we'll be approached with a 3rd and 5 situation. Here you can look for maybe a little play action or a rollout from McCourt where he can either run or throw. Because Marist can get a first down without scoring.
3rd and 4 at the 7.
That's right, Marist has to go down to the 3-yard line for that first down. Pitch back to Diudo. He's got the hole, and he's got the touchdown.
Great second effort by Diudo. Looks like he was hit about the 2-3 yard line, kept the legs pumping, broke the tackle, and fell right into the end zone. Good hard-nosed running.
First touchdown by Diudo from 7 yards. Number 3.
Now Brian McCourt, the quarterback, who also doubles as the place kicker, on to add the PAT. Kick is blocked at the line as McCourt booted it low into the crowd. But Marist up on top, 6-0 with 6:11 left to go here in the first quarter.
That seems to be the kicking game's the only low light right now of the Marist College offense.
Place kicker, at least on kickoffs, going to give the court a little break. So we'll see how number 21, Hobie Armstrong, does here. If indeed he is kicking, yes he is. Ball planted at the 35.
He looks to be the Crash Jensen of the Marist College Red Foxes here. He's also on the kick return team as he picked up that errant kick to open the game.
Not a bad kick from Armstrong. Picked up by one of the middlemen of Siena and returned to the 35-yard line. A 35-yard kick for Hobie Armstrong. Not too bad for his first collegiate kickoff.
There's also a flag on the play, JW. We'll see what happens here.
Tackle made by Seitinger and Morell.
Looks to be on Siena as the ref talks to the Marist College defense.
We've had no indication yet. Here he comes the ref.
Penalty marker on the field.
Personal foul on one of the Siena Saints, which will back them up 15 yards, and Siena already digging themselves a hole, Rob.
That's definitely not what they needed. They're marching backwards as it is with Marist College defense pushing them back. They don't need stupid penalties, especially like a personal foul.
1st and 25 from the 20-yard line. Facto and company see what they can do here. Facto and handed it up straight ahead. Thomas Carolyn, his first carry of the night. They decide to switch from Klausner, give it to Carolyn, he gets a couple.
And you've got to wonder how much confidence Coach Dubois has in this running game. He's facing a 1st and 25, electing to go with the fullback dive.
It means he's putting a lot of confidence in his front line, and they did not deliver it there.
2nd and 8 at the 22.
Facto, two-step drop back, and Bill Scheitinger was not up to the ball yet. He was delayed a little bit by Marist Ed Flanagan. Flanagan a little bumping and grinding at the line of scrimmage to hold up Scheitinger just long enough. Threw off the timing pattern.
It was a simple slant and 3-step and slants into the middle. It's a timing pattern, in which Facto threw it a little bit behind, but like you said, Flanagan kind of held him up a little just to disrupt that timing, because it has to be perfect timing in order to complete that pass.
Well, Bill Scheitinger is Siena's #1 receiver.
Timeout called by Siena.
Siena has called a timeout. We'll talk more about Bill Scheitinger and the rest of the receiving corps when we return. 5:22 left to go here in the opening quarter. 6-0 Red Foxes. Siena timeout. J.W. Stewart, Rob Ferris back with you here at Vanadolph Field. 3rd and 23 for Siena. They operate from their own 22-yard line. Facto back to pass. Looking for Scheitinger. He got him, but well short of the first down.
In fact, short of the original line of scrimmage. It was a simple rollout pass. It was a little flag pattern for Scheitinger to the corner. He made a nice catch on the dive, keeping his feet in bounds, but well short of the first down, as we said.
A 10-yard pickup, but they will have to punt. Bruce Harris coming up to take this one. He'll be on the run when he grabs it. Running parallel now. Over on the far sideline. Got some room, and he's dragged out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
Harris showing his speed, getting around that corner. It looked like he was running backwards a little for a minute. Picked up a good block, turned the corner, and was able to bring it back deep into Siena territory.
Bruce Harris, the 6'2", 195-pound freshman defensive back and kick returner from Northeast High School in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
18-yard
showing us what he can do tonight. He's returned every kick and every punt so far.
On the Siena 40.
Looks to figure into the Marist College plans this year as a freshman, stepping right in, kind of like Diudo did last year. The spark that they might need to get him over the hump.
Exactly. Pitch back to Diudo. Bobble. Diudo's just going to have to fall on it, and he finally does. Back at his own 47-yard line.
Recovered by Diudo.
Diudo seemed to just mishandle the ball because the pitch was there, right where it should have been. McCourt didn't make a bad pitch. Kind of fumbled it and made the smart move and just jumping on it instead of trying to pick it up and make something of it.
The Marist now in their own territory. Last play they were just in Siena territory. McCourt has two receivers split wide to the right. And he also has Scotty DeFalco into the game here on the near sideline. Call goes to John Kelly, and he's going nowhere.
Ball carried by Kelly.
Kelly indecisive on where he wanted to go. Originally started up the middle, kind of stutter step, went to the side and just...
Tackle made by McLaughlin.
McLaughlin with a big tackle. So Marist faced with a 3rd and long.
3rd and long. Kelly actually picked up 1 yard.
Gain of 1 on the play. 3rd and 22.
So 3rd and 22 from the 48-yard line.
Looks to see the first pass since the first play of scrimmage.
This is Marist's biggest obstacle they've had to overcome here in the early going. Fired, no good.
Penalty marker.
And a penalty marker on the field, though.
Pass from Wagler intended for Bello, incomplete.
You know, we just wanted to point out that Chris Wagler into the game now. Ryan McCourt taking his seat. Don't know if McCourt got injured at all. May just be because Wagler has the stronger arm. That's a long passing down they had to go through.
Yes, last week they also shuffled Wagler and McCourt in and out of the game against Iona. With McCourt last week being the more successful of the two. Tonight, they just brought him in maybe because of the stronger arm. Looked to be pass interference on the call. So Marist will catch a break here.
Marist will catch a break. He can also catch the ball at the point of infringement. And that is only the second pass of the game.
That's an
One by
automatic
McCourt,
first down
one by
for the Red
Wagler.
Foxes.
So automatic first down.
So Siena tonight's making costly penalties so far in this first half. First with the personal foul that backed themselves up, and then allowing Marist to get off the hook. After it seemed to be they stopped them for the first time tonight, really, with the pass interference call.
And I think this is what Jack Dubois, head coach for Siena, was worried about. He talked about they had some young players in some very crucial positions, and I think that's exactly what happened there. Young players in the defensive secondary for Siena. Wagler on at quarterback. Pitch back to Diudo. He's got room up the middle, and he is tripped up just inside the 20-yard line.
Tackled by number 27, Jim Smith.
Diudo, one man to beat again for another close touchdown. Smith making a diving tackle at his legs. Good stop, but another explosive run for the sophomore Diudo. Could have ran a truck through that hole.
20-yard pickup on that run. Diudo again getting a call, weaving his way for a few more yards.
Ball carried by Diudo.
Diudo has the ability to weave and cut back. He's a very good against the grain. Seems like he doesn't lose a lot of speed or momentum when he can just cut on a dime and head back the other way, as he did there for about 4 or 5 yards.
Tackle made by Miller.
Pickup of 5 on the play. Marist down to the 12-yard line. Wagler on a keeper, loses the football. And we'll have to wait and see who has it. It will be Siena ball.
Wagler not holding on to the ball very well, holding it out there. Someone just grabbed a hold of his arm and lost the ball. That's a big turnover for Marist as they were deep in Siena territory, letting them off the hook yet again.
Ball recovered by number 54, Art Tambero.
Marist's offense has controlled the pace of the game, yet they only have 6 points to show for it. And Coach Dubois has to be happy with that, only down 6 points so at this juncture in the game.
Especially since his club, as you mentioned, has made a lot of mistakes. They could literally be down by 3 touchdowns.
Easily.
Handoff going straight ahead for Siena. Once again, that Marist College middle defense is collapsing on whatever Siena runner. That one might have been Prescott Klausner once again.
We just talked about Marist's offense shooting themselves in the foot a couple times. Yeah, on the other hand, Siena's offense hasn't got off the ground yet as the defense has just held them right intact.
Siena's offense has run a total of 10 plays thus far. 6 runs, only 4 passes.
And I don't believe they have a first down yet, do they, Peter?
Not that I know of, not that I recall. Facto looking to air it out. He's got Scheitinger on the near sideline.
Carroll running stride for stride. It was a beautiful pass and catch from Facto to Scheitinger. Just an over-the-shoulder fly pattern, and it was right there. So just as I say, they hadn't converted a first down. The next play, Siena gets there first.
So Siena picks up their first down of the game. A 29-yard pass play from Facto to his favorite target, Bill Scheitinger. Scheitinger in motion. Pitch back to Klausner. Headed over to the left side, got a little bit of room, flag down as he's over the 40-yard line.
Klausner on the tackle.
Looks to be in the area of holding or some sort of blocking infraction.
But going back to that pass play, Bill Scheitinger, we mentioned before, Facto's top receiver from Stottsville, New York, Hudson High School. He's the 6-foot, 175-pound junior flanker. He played last year. He started last year. He also doubled as a kickoff returner when we did the game last year up in Loudonville, which Marist won 35-20.
Holding called against Siena.
As we get the holding call against Siena, Scheitinger returned a kickoff 77 yards and brought Siena within 1, and that was the last they threatened Marist.
He's definitely their big play man. But that pass was important more than one way. Even they got the first down, but they also got themselves deep out of their own territory. So if they have to punt, it won't be as good as field position as Marist would had if they had hold him.
And here's Siena again, taking 1 step forward but 2 steps back. Now 1st and 20 from the 29.
Ball carried by Klausner.
Prescott Klausner getting the call. As he made it out to the 33-yard line.
Marist's front 7, stingy tonight, giving Siena no more than maybe 3-4 yards at most on the run.
On the 33.
In the front line of Chris Brady, Bruce Harris, Jeremy Thode, and Joe McGann are just a powerful force to be reckoned with. 2nd and 16. Facto on a rollout, going to put it up and over Scheitinger's head.
The pass from Facto intended for
Scheitinger wants a flag.
In on the stop for Marist.
But Brian Oles was just headed for the ball, and Scheitinger had no chance of catching that time.
That was accidental contact there. Oles was looking for the ball. Scheitinger was turning from one shoulder, turning the other way, and they just collided by accident. Again, that was a simple rollout. They've tried that before, and it's the fly pattern for Scheitinger. And Facto buying time by rolling out of the pocket, give him a few extra seconds to throw the ball.
And that's the only person Bob Facto has looked for tonight, has been his buddy Bill Scheitinger. He will not look at anybody else. Facto has 2 receivers here on the near side. As he'll throw on 3rd down. Looking for Scheitinger, out of his hands.
Pass from Facto intended for Scheitinger. Incomplete.
That could have been disastrous.
Could have been. It would have been a first down, and depends on how fast Scheitinger got up, too.
It was a matter of inches from being either 6 points or a catch for a first down. It was just outside the diving reach of Scheitinger.
So Siena forced the punt once again. Marist's lone receiver is Bruce Harris. Facto also doubles as the punter. This one's a short little punt. Takes a Marist bounce, bouncing back towards the 50-yard line. And Marist will take over on about the 48-yard line.
With the poor punt, Marist again gets good field position. And let's see what they can do.
A 21-yard punt by Facto. No return.
Interesting that Siena uses Bob Facto as the punter, just as Marist uses Brian McCourt as a quarterback and a kicker.
Marist on the 47.
Weigler still in at Q.
Weigler pitches it back to Diudo. Diudo's stacked up in the backfield. Might have gained a yard.
Tackled by number 66, Dave DiCaprio.
That was a nice play by Dave DiCaprio, number 66. Brushing off the offensive line, coming up, making a hard hit. And that seems to be the last play of the first quarter.
At the end of the first 15 minutes, Marist leads Siena 6-0. Rob and myself will be back in just a moment. Okay, welcome back to Landorf Field for the start of the second quarter. Marist Red Fox is up 6-0 in a quarter that Marist absolutely dominated, and we saw Siena just really shoot themselves in the foot more than once. Could have been a lot worse than this, Rob.
Could have been very much worse. Only down 6-0. Siena seems fortunate.
Weigler on a keeper gets down to the 42-yard line of Siena.
That was the same play that they used on their last drive where Weigler ended up fumbling. This time, noticing he's holding it a little more securely and not holding him. I'm sure Coach Pardee gave him a little chat after he came off the field on that last drive.
Weigler picks up 10 yards, good enough for the first down. As Marist once again finds themselves in Siena Saints territory. The only time tonight Marist has not been in Saint territory was the first play of the game when they threw that interception. Weigler fakes one way, gives it to Diudo. Diudo going straight up the middle, keeps the legs pumping, gets a few more yards out of it.
Diudo never stops pumping those legs. You have to have a sure tackle on him to make sure. Just hitting him is not going to do anything. You got to hit, wrap, and bring him down because he'll keep moving on you. Great run by Diudo.
2nd and 3.
Diudo gained 7 on that play. When he was first hit, he would have been stopped for 3 yards. And in fact, he picks up 4 more as the Red Foxes look to keep driving here as we start the second quarter. And a flag going down.
Ball carried by Carrero. Penalty marker on the play.
Penalty marker on the play. Kelly with the carry.
That's number 30, JW. Carrero.
Kyle Carrero, one of the freshmen, 5'11", 195-pound running back from St. Joseph's High School, Monroe, Connecticut. First time we've seen him.
This is his first action tonight, as this is the third fullback used tonight, as we saw Chuck earlier. He must be out with an injury because after that first play, he's been out since. Then Kelly, and now Carrero. Face mask penalty gives Marist the first down, so Siena again making another costly mistake.
Freshman Chris Weigler still in at quarterback. 6'2", 170-pound freshman from Syracuse, New York. Just in case you're joining us, starting quarterback Brian McCourt out with obviously an injury. He has not been back yet. Weigler on a keeper, falling just shy of the 20-yard line.
For the carry.
They've run that keeper a numerous amount of times now tonight. First with McCourt and now with Weigler. This is, I believe, the third time he's run it. And the degrees of success has varied, as that time the Saint defense just held up on that one, played it tough for a gain of a few.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Weigler picking up 2 down to the 23-yard line.
2nd and 7.
Weigler more of an option quarterback than your basic throwing quarterback. And Siena has obviously caught on to that keeper. Diudo and Monroe in the backfield. Weigler will throw. Caught by Michael Bello.
Weigler's pass is complete to number 3, Michael Bello.
I was just going to say before that, I would like to see him open up a little, get a little pass, because now Siena's starting the key on that run. And without the face masking penalty, who knows what would have happened. That time it was a simple rollout. Bello was there. It was a stop, 10-yard, and a first down.
1st and 10 on the Siena 12.
Weigler keeping it himself, tackle over on the left side. after hurdling a couple of Siena defenders.
That's a dangerous play by the freshman Wagler, hurdling up into a middle of the stack. He's already fumbled once. That's all he needs, a good shot, and it could have coughed it up again.
And number 54, Art Tambora.
We see the Saints defense is toughening up on this drive more than they have usually.
At the 11.
They're getting into the flow of the game, and they're being able to read the Marist plays a little bit better. Crowd here really up for tonight's game. Play going to Diudo. He goes right as Weidler goes left. Diudo inside the 10-yard line.
And there again is his ability to cut back against the green. Had really nothing going. Saw a little crack to the inside and picked up a few more yards.
3 and 4 on the play. 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5 from the 7-yard line. And Rob, this is definitely Don Diudo territory when you get down here.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him on a little drag out, a little corner out to the post there, just towards the end zone with on that left side.
Marist has spread out the offense with some more receivers. Diudo up the middle. Stopped just short of the goal line.
Shows his power. Had 3 guys on him, still gunning for the end zone. But Marist does pick up the first down, so it'll be 1st and goal, and I'll have 4 cracks at that end zone again.
That was the most important thing Marist wanted to do. Remember, they had a chance earlier when they were in scoring position to get a 1st down. They didn't need it. Diudo was able to score for the only score of this game. Here they pick up the 1st down, and they have, as you say, a few more plays to punch it into the end zone. Ball rests on the 2-yard line. Wishbone formation in the backfield. Touchdown. Don Diudo.
From the wishbone, actually that looked like more of a power eye with the I formation, and they sent in an extra halfback off to the side just as a blocker. It's just a dive right behind Young and McKiernan again, the 2 big horses on that right side. And his 2nd touchdown of the day for Diudo.
That's where they run the majority of the plays tonight, Rob, is on that right side, and they've responded every single time.
You get hats off to those 2 linemen right there on the right side, doing the job play after play.
And Marist setting up now for the PAT. Brian McCourt back at quarterback. So whatever injury he suffered or for whatever reason he was on the bench, he seems to be okay. They will go for the 2-point conversion. Lofted up and too far for Daniel Phelan.
Simply overthrown. It's just one of those timing patterns. It's a fade to the corner, and that was way out of bounds. But they're trying to get back that point that they missed earlier in the game, going for the 2.
Marist leads 12-0. 10:41 left to go here in the 2nd quarter. Timeout on the field. We will return to the enlightened Leonidoff Field in just a moment. Leonidoff Field after the quick timeout. Marist leads 12-0. Holby Armstrong back kicking. Back deep for Siena. Number 80, Eric Tetro. And number 25, Bill Scheitinger. And remember, Scheitinger is that big game breaker.
Yep, he's a big end player.
Punted deep. Scheitinger will take it on his 20. Scheitinger's got some room on the outside. Out to the 50 and pushed out of bounds at about the 45.
Nice return by Scheitinger and the whole return team for that matter. They gave him the crack and he just moved right out there. They're showing some speed too for a big man.
I tell you, if you're a Marist fan, your heart skipped a couple beats on that one.
The crowd definitely drew silent for a second there as he rounded the corner.
1st and 10 for Siena.
Siena operates from the 44-yard line of the Red Foxes. 10:33 left to go here in the 1st half. Siena trails by 12 to the Red Foxes. Backfield still the quarterback.
This is their best field position to stop any drive so far tonight, so see if the Saints can get back.
Backfield quick screen to Scheitinger. He's got some room here on the outside, quickly closed up by the linebacking core of the Red Foxes. Joe Riccardi in there, as well as Brian Oles. We've called his name a lot of tonight.
Tackle made by Oles and Flanagan.
Well, being the strong safety, you are going to see a lot of action, especially on these out patterns and a lot outside, because they're calling his number, Scheitinger's number, which is on Oles' side, so he should figure in a lot of the action tonight.
Olds has been right with Scheitinger all night. And flags going off all over the place, and we've got some movement on the line.
Actually, I think it was a snap that was off, and everybody else was on except for the center, which was either late or a little bit early.
Illegal procedure called against Siena.
Siena will be moved back 5 yards on the illegal procedure call.
A loss of 5 on the play.
So 2nd and 11 from the 45-yard line.
On the 45.
Facto rolling out right, and that one is bounced. The one on the far side. He was looking for Eric Tetro.
Intended from Facto to number 25.
Carroll right there on defense. Stripe for stripe with Facto. I mean with Scheitinger. That was again that rollout they've been running out all night. Just to buy a few extra seconds so Facto to release it. That time the pressure still got to him and he underthrew the pass.
And every time Bob Facto's rolled out, it's always been a short pass, usually less than 10 yards. Marist defense was ready for that. Everyone up, no D-backs. Any, 15 yards, 20 yards off the line of scrimmage. Everyone within 10 yards of the ball.
The deepest man is about 7 yards off the ball right now. It's like they're almost playing with 7 linebackers.
Siena wants a timeout to talk things over. We'll take one too. 12-0 in favor of the Red Foxes. 9:44 left to go here in the first half. Back here, landed off field. J.W. Stewart, Rob Ferris, 12-0 Red Foxes. After the Siena timeout, they face a 3rd and 11 situation from the Fox 45. Facto will pass, and he is in trouble.
Pratty.
That's all you have to say.
There he is again. He's the big defensive end this year. He's the anchor of that D-line. And he responded just coming in with no time again. Facto's got to wonder how they're going to buy him some time. Because the deepest guy back there was Leroy Graham, 28, and he's not even 8 yards back. They're just asking him to throw deep on him.
Facto will punt. And Harris back to receive once again. Takes it at his 25. Makes a couple nice moves out to the 40 in traffic and stopped at the 44.
You got a feeling this kid's going to be exciting. Because everybody, you're just waiting for him to bust one open. He got a little crack and he explodes right to it very well. Finds the holes.
Pretty soon the kid from Philly is going to return one, and I guarantee we'll see it before the end of the season.
Without a doubt.
Timeout on the field.
Well, once again, another timeout on the field.
I think we have an injured player down right on the near sideline.
Coach is out looking at the injured Siena player.
Can't see his number right at the moment.
No, can't see who it is. He is being helped off the field now.
It's Jason Ellis, number 11.
Jason Ellis, the strong safety, one of the big keys for Coach Jack DuBois' team. He goes down, Siena's really in trouble.
That could be a big loss for the Siena defense. And
And in at quarterback for Marist is McCourt once again, the left-hander. Running the option, he'll keep it himself. Stopped short of the 50-yard line.
Seems like Coach Pardee is just alternating in the freshman with Brian McCourt. They did this last game, and I guess, I don't know what they're doing every 2 series or what, because there seems to be no real pattern to this.
Yeah, it really seems like a preseason game almost. Both these quarterbacks being played, one a quarter or one every couple series of downs.
I don't know if that's the game plan or if that's, he's still not sure of who he wants in there as their starting quarterback.
Already 26 rushes by this Red Fox team. Ball bobbled. McCourt will have to fall on it, and he got it in time.
He almost looked like he wanted to pitch that, but there was no one there to do it, and he realized that, and while he was throwing it, just kind of dropped it, fell on it.
Loss of 4 yards on the play.
Marist back to the 45-yard line for 3rd and 9. So once again, another 3rd and long situation for the Red Foxes. They responded before by using Diudo. He is in the game now as the tailback with Monroe at the fullback.
They're still running out of the ice, so I don't know if they're going to pass.
McCourt will throw. Looking over the middle, wide. In the area.
Pass from McCourt, intended for number 10, Anthony Pitts.
Was number 10, Anthony Pitts, freshman wide receiver from Syracuse, New York. He was in the area, as well as number 87, Brian Rogers, the tight end.
Back to punt for Marist.
So we see another freshman in Pitts getting a little playing time. Seems like he's the third down passing. He came out once before earlier.
And number 25.
Only the fifth pass thrown by the Red Foxes tonight. Gives you an idea of where their strength is. And this one will take a Marist roll coming back, or actually a Siena roll, excuse me, coming back to the 31-yard line.
That punt was just a very short, very high, but didn't get the Marist bounce that they wanted as it rolled back towards Siena territory.
Actually, when you think about it, a smart move on the
Siena
part of
first and 10.
Brian McCourt, who's punting that ball. He knows that Bill Scheitinger's there. He gets a running start. He's gone. If you can keep your defense down there, you got a chance to contain him.
Yes, they're only up 12 points and really should be up much more than that by now. So no chances for a big play.
Facto hands off to Klausner.
Klausner with the carry.
He gets maybe 2 yards.
Oh, they just threw some flag.
Bruce Harris and number 11, Jason Petrillo. Penalty marker on the field. Unsportsmanlike conduct called against Marist.
On both sides, so I guess it'll offset. They'll replay the down. It's usually what happens on that. But going back to the play, Jason Petrillo, the linebacker, made a beautiful play coming right up, filling that hole, and standing the Siena running back right up.
Referee sorting this out.
Unsportsmanlike conduct called against.
It looks like they'll replay the down as the yard mark. The down marker still says 1 over there on the far sideline. Nope, they just switched it to 2.
And the scoreboard, yep, scoreboard reads second down.
10 at the 43.
Klausner wrapped up by Marist middlemen at the 35.
Riccardi and Thode on the tackle.
And there's Riccardi's name that I mentioned earlier in the pregame. I was looking at him to have a big night. I haven't really called his name much because it's been more of a pursuit defense they've been using. Outside basically is where they've been running the ball. But they came in Mr. Riccardi's territory there, and you guaranteed he's going to make the stop. There's no doubt about that.
Joe Riccardi, one of the greatest linebackers to play here in a Marist uniform, and he's only a junior. He averages 20 tackles a game. Easily a Marist record. Philip Dwyer with the catch at the 40-yard line.
You gotta wonder they've been setting that up all night. Facto rolling out to his right again, and every time he did that, he threw to his right. Going to Shannon go down on a little out pattern. That time he went back across the grain, and it was a post padding over the middle, and he caught Simonetti off by a step, and it was a good catch.
Siena looking to move the ball here. Their first pass completion in 4 attempts. The draw to Klausner, he's dragged down.
Klausner with a carry. Tackled by number 75.
Losing a couple of yards.
There's Chris Pratty again, trying to go around there, and another loss.
Second and 12 on the 44.
You've got to wonder, out of the number of plays Siena's run, how many have gone for losses tonight? I'd almost say at least half of them have.
Close to them that, or just little gain, maybe 1 or 2 yards. The Marist defense has just been rock solid so far in this first half. 5:27 left to go before halftime. Facto rolling out left, throwing left. He's got Scheitinger open on the sideline.
Pass complete from Facto to Scheitinger.
This time, Facto rolls out to his left. Got Scheitinger down there against Leroy Graham, one-on-one coverage, and it was just a perfect pass and a perfect pattern to Siena. And this is their deepest penetration, I believe, of the game, JW.
Oh, Well, Marist has been able to stop the run. This is the first time they've really had to worry about the pass because Facto is just not connected on some of these passes. When they have, penalties have come up and hurt the Saints. But now he's got his tandem of Scheitinger and Dwyer, two of the top receivers in the ACFC, and both receivers gave Marist fits last year when they played up in Loudonville. And Facto's on fire here as we head close down towards halftime.
He completed his last two passes. The first one to Dwyer, now to Scheitinger. But right now, they just had an offside call on Siena, so there again, the penalty will kill him. This one's marching way back. That's a big loss.
That would have been a 23-yard pickup. It would have brought him all the way down to the 20-yard line. But once again, Siena, whenever they accomplish something, in the end, they end up losing it.
These are the kind of things that give coaches fits.
Third down from their own 38-yard line. Facto again on the rollout. Complete over on the far side.
Pass complete
Looks
from
like
Facto to Scheitinger.
Scheitinger once again.
That was a nice catch by Scheitinger because he was coming right down close to the sidelines. He managed to keep his feet in bounds. He had a little bobble on the ball, got it under his grasp, and kept both feet in bounds.
3rd and 12 at the Marist 44.
3rd and 12 from Marist 44-yard line. Facto again will throw. In pursuit, the shuffle pass, no good.
Pass from Facto, intended for a closer.
Joe Riccardi coming out on the blitz. And that was a smart play by Facto because he was just going to get planted for about a 20-yard loss on that. There was no one touching Joe Riccardi coming through the line.
Well, Marist dodges another bullet with the help of Siena. Siena once again turning the gun on themselves.
You've got to wonder.
This could be a lot different of a game. Facto once again the punt. Harris to receive. The Red Foxes reverses his field. Got some room on the far side, but quickly shut off by the Siena pursuit. And Rob, maybe when we look back at this game, this last drive by Siena, well, once again they stopped themselves, shooting themselves in the foot again. That could be the game-breaking series.
Definitely. They were already down to the 20, which could give them a shot at least a field goal, getting on the board before the half. Who knows if they wouldn't have gotten in the end zone. That could have changed the whole outcome of the game. Just because it's big to get a score just before the half, especially, you know, when you've had a bad first half like Siena has.
Foxes take over 1st and 10 from the 19. Run play gets them about 10 more yards. John Kelly, the carrier. As Pat Mullally must be out for the rest of the night. Remember, we saw him limping off back in the second series.
And Miller.
Marist sticking with the run, trying to run some time off the clock. Just keep beating it in, beating it in.
2nd and 5 at the 23.
Hand off to Diudo. Bounce back 5 yards. A loss of the ball, and he fumbled the ball.
Right as he got hit, that ball popped out. It was a nice hit by one of the Siena defensive men. I couldn't get. So Siena catches a break, and now they're back deep into Marist territory again.
Fumble recovery by number 50, Tom Krumpnick by Siena.
Well, Rob, we mentioned that this was going to be an exciting game. Every time Marist and Siena get together, no matter what their records are,
Marist 25.
it ends up being a shootout. The shootout has not developed yet, but the pendulum is swinging back and forth.
It looked to be an early domination by Marist. Kind of get the feeling Siena's getting more and more confidence as they play.
Facto again in the air. Got Scheitinger open. Down to the 3.
Scheitinger's amazing. You got to wonder why they're not putting double coverage on him, because he's just running the same pattern over and over again. In fact, though, he's getting a little more time from his offensive line. He's getting out on the roll better, and he's picked perfect with each pass. He's hitting them right in the numbers every time.
And Scheitinger, probably the best receiver in the ACFC, if not one of the best.
Definitely the best here tonight.
That's for sure. That's for sure. The Foxes have not utilized their receivers at all. They've only thrown 5 or 6 passes. Yep, Marist is only going to be there 5 times as opposed to 15 for Siena. Back to again, and then thrown behind one of his receivers.
Intended for Scheitinger.
Once again going for Scheitinger.
Carroll with the defense kind of plays that wisely, giving him the outside corner and taking the inside, not allowing Scheitinger to get back on the ball thrown behind him.
And it looks like the Foxes had another man in coverage on Scheitinger that time too. Not so close to him, but he was in the area.
This is going to be a big defensive stand for Matt. This could turn the game either way right here.
2nd and goal from the 3. No gain on that play and a loss of a couple.
Carroll with a carry. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by DeTullio and Thode.
Carolyn had nowhere to go on that play, JW. Right up the middle is just a simple dive, but there was not. So we face 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. Foxes looking to stiffen up once again. Facto on another rollout. Going long. No good.
Pass intended from Facto to Carolyn, incomplete.
Just out of the reach of the fullback Carolyn on that play. So it's a 4th down. This is a big decision for Coach Dubois.
If you're in Coach Dubois' shoes, what do you do, Rob? You've come this far in Marist territory. The whole game, 2:33 left to go before halftime. This is the only success you've had so far. What do you do?
You have to go for it. Even if you don't, you got them deep in the end. Because three's a little, but a touchdown right here will just change the whole game. So as we speak now, they're taking a timeout to discuss what they're going to do. It's a big decision. It's dependent on how much confidence he has in a certain play. He might have a special play going. You never know. Sometimes at practice, sometimes at practice they'll just work on one play for a situation just like this, where they won't use in the game, and it'll just come out. It's like a surprise type play, and most of the time is effective.
Well, we figured Siena's last drive when they came up empty was going to be the game breaker. They've proven that wrong. They won't die here, and we're only in the first half.
And you can hear the crowd getting into it now. This is a packed house. This is the most people I've seen in my 2 years here, and they're definitely into this right now.
A capacity crowd of over 2,500 people here tonight at Leonidov to watch an exciting game. Siena's not on the board yet, but they're looking to strike it right here. 4th and goal from the 5. 1 man in the backfield, 2 split wide for Siena. Going up top, no good.
Going for the money man, Scheitinger again. That time just simply out of the outstretched reams of Scheitinger. Good defense. It was blanket coverage, and you could hear by the crowd's response that it was unsuccessful. So Siena comes out empty again.
Same play 2 times in a row, once to Carolyn, or once to Scheitinger. Same results, just out of their reach.
You got to wonder if the offense of Siena is getting more confidence, or yet they're still frustrated because they can't punch it in, but now they know they can move it on Marist defense, whereas early in the first quarter they couldn't do anything.
McCourt back in at QB. He'll go straight ahead with a run.
Ball carried by Carrero.
Carrero getting the call.
Gain of 2 on the play. Tackle made by number 70.
Marist being deep in their own territory, and with only 2 minutes left to go in the first half, not taking any chances, running simple dive plays, trying to get a little time. Is now we're going to be
2nd and 8.
as they take a timeout.
Timeout of the field called by Marist.
Marist wants to take themselves a timeout. We'll take one ourselves. We'll be right back here to Leonidov. Don't you dare go anywhere.
6.
Back here at Leonidov, 2nd and 8, facing the Red Foxes from their own 7-yard line. Defense is pumped up. See what the offense can do. McCourt to pass from his own end zone. Nobody home. And no flag thrown either.
From McCourt.
And he was looking for Danny Delpree.
So I guess the timeout, they're trying to get a couple more points on the board to kind of secure that lead, make them feel a little better at halftime. McCourt just going down the sideline for Delpree. Good coverage by the Siena back.
For those of you that were with us last year when we went up to Loudonville for the Siena game, Marist was up 13-0 at the half, almost like it is now, 12-0. And then the next thing they knew, they were down 14-13 to the Saints. So the Siena is definitely a second half team, and Marist needs more points on the board. One of the Foxes dragged down to the backfield. Looks to be McCourt.
So 4th down and 8. Marist is going to have to punt from their own end zone with 1:39. Who knows? Saints might be looking at another opportunity to bring back and get a score before the half.
Wagler back to punt.
Chris Weigler will handle the punting duties this time. Scheitinger stands at midfield. Weigler, another high punt, and it's a short one. And takes another Siena bounce, and it's down at the 30-yard line. So, yes, Rob, Siena does have yet another chance to go into the locker room with 6 or 7 or 8 points.
Actually, that one bounced all the way inside the 30, so I think they're starting about 28. So, a couple passes, bang, bang, and this could be a close one at the half.
Exactly. The passing average for Facto, whenever he connects, is about 23 yards. They are on the 28 now, so look for Scheitinger to be open, and here's Facto to pass right away. Going over to the far side for Scheitinger.
Intended for number 80.
Oops, excuse me, Eric Tetro.
Incomplete.
Facto just simply overthrew that pass. Had his man, Tetro, open, and it was a safe call, and he just overthrew him.
Siena's had good field position 3 straight times. First 2, nothing. Maybe third time's the charm for the Saints here as we tick down to 1:06 left to go in the first half. Facto rolling out left. He's going to take it himself. No, he'll throw it up. Picked off and dropped.
Pass from
And no
Facto,
catch.
intended for Scheitinger. Incomplete.
Leroy Graham back there in coverage on Scheitinger.
Play, number 40.
Brian Oles had it right on the numbers and just dropped it. It almost was caught by Scheitinger on the bounce. But Facto rolling to his left, trying to throw across it, just simply underthrew it. Didn't have enough on that throw. Actually, I think he should have ran that ball. He had a wide open field. Could have picked up 10, 15 yards and got out of bounds off the clock.
Yeah, he was close to the line of scrimmage when he released it. Caroline and Klausner in the backfield for Facto. Facto going upstairs, caught, no good, no drop.
Pass intended for Facto for Scheitinger. Incomplete.
Good coverage by Carroll. It seems right as about Scheitinger was about to bring it in. Got his arm in there, broke it up. So 4th down. I don't know what kind of field goal kicker the Saints have, but this is an awful long one for them.
It would end up being a 45-yard field goal.
And 10 on the 28.
But 3 straight incomplete passes from Bob Facto on this series, and they will go for it on 4th down.
Another big stand for the Marist College defense.
Facto, not surprisingly, to the air once again, hit as he throws, and incomplete.
Flag thrown.
Facto to Scheitinger, incomplete.
And it looks like Carroll's complaining to the ref, so could be against the Marist College defense.
Holding penalty called against Marist.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know he's up here already. Where is he? Okay. No, it's fine.
The holding call give Siena a 1st down, JW. And with 48 seconds left, Siena's not dead yet. Looked like Marist bailed themselves out of another jam, and another flag comes down on them.
On the Marist 18-yard line.
Interesting role reversal here for the Foxes. Now they are on the other side of the penalty. Draw to Klosner, and he's stacked up in and around the 15.
Siena trying to sneak in a little draw play, figuring Marist College defense will be back defending pass, trying to pick up a few yards up the middle.
Facto again to the air, caught inside the 10-yard line.
Facto to Scheitinger on the tackle number 22, Kevin Simonetti. First and goal on the 8.
First and goal on the 8-yard line as the clock ticks down to 13 seconds. Facto just throw it out of bounds to stop the clock.
So I was wondering if they were going to take a timeout or not. I don't know how many are left. I believe they had 2 left.
A reminder that the
So with 11 seconds and 10 yards to go, you're looking at maybe 1 play to the end zone, and then if they like to go for the field goal, finally get a 3, or maybe 2 shots at the end zone at most.
A reminder, the Marist Red Foxes will be home next Saturday, September 21st, when they take on Pace University. Game time at Lambdale Field, 2 p.m. Third and 1 at the 8-yard line.
Third and goal from the 8. Facto to the air once again, going for the corner of the end zone, and a flag thrown again.
The defender just shielded, turned his back to the ball. I believe that was Carroll, and that's illegal. You have to be looking at the ball to defend it without getting in the way of the receiver's vision, which was nearly caught by Schenning.
Eric Tetro, actually.
Was Tetro? Tetro, that was nearly caught by him.
That means they'll bring it right down to the goal line with 5 seconds left.
You're looking at 1 play right here. It's a 1 play type deal.
Automatic first down, and the ball rests on the 1-yard line.
You kind of have to wonder. Siena's going to have to go to the pass. All day been shutting down with the run with 5 seconds. They have to go to the pass.
And the fans on their feet here. Facto will throw. Touchdown.
Huge play. 44. Callerin, the fullback, comes right out of the backfield. Facto hit him right on the numbers. And now you got to wonder, with no time, they go for 2 or 1. But the momentum is big just going in the half. This is their 3rd time down the field. Like you said, the 3rd time was a charm as they finally converted their first touchdown of the night.
And they hurry up and get to the line. Looks like they're going to try to kick this one.
Number 21, Mike Omlin attempting
Mike
the extra
Omlin will
point.
kick. Snap down, kick up, and it is good.
The extra point is good.